Hello, so this is your free training video as requested. So if you have received this, you're probably looking for solutions or you're interested in tools that support the mind. So tools that help us calm anxiety, tools that help us bring us back into the body and create an environment of safety within us first to help calm the feelings that we experience, like anxiety, overwhelm, overthinking, procrastinating, just going around and around and around in circles, which can be really frustrating. And we've all been there. I've been there. I still get there. But I lean into these tools, as do all of our other students. And you're really not alone. Like so many of our yoga students and those who have gone on the path to teach these practices, they have all started from a place of uncertainty or overwhelm. And it is just practicing these practices that helps us feel better, feel more connected to our body and understand the science behind it. This is really important, and this is what we're going to have a little look at today. So my name is Cheryl Wimperis. I was a professional ballerina and now I teach loads of students offline, online, how to regulate and calm their nervous system, how to improve their well-being with these tools of meditation. And what we are looking at here within this process of mindfulness and rewiring the brain and neuroplasticity, this really this is the Raja, the path of Raja Yoga. This is the yoga that speaks to the mind and the body, like through the mind. This is an asana, although we will be accessing some poses and lovely flows to help you get into your body. But this really is working with your mind, with your nervous system, with the limiting beliefs, how to rewire, reset your brain. You know, when you're just like, that's it, I've had enough, I want something different, but just maybe feels a little bit scary to go in that direction, or we're not quite sure how to get there. So it all starts with calming the nervous system and feeling safe from the inside out before we start making those decisions and those steps forwards. So let's just have a little look at why mindfulness is so powerful. So this is Raja Yoga, as I've just mentioned. So let's have a little look at the science, what's happening in the body, to help you understand the why and what we're doing here. So when we're feeling stressed or anxious, the nervous system goes into a state of protection, protecting us from a threat. So you've probably heard this is called fight or flight, or even freeze mode. We freeze and we feel like we can't take any action. So when this is happening, the body is going into survival mode, not calm, not focus. The brain is triggering the body to prioritize survival. So we get stuck in this survival state. So this is really hard. So this is why it's difficult for us to, for example, to close the eyes when we're asked just to relax, because the brain and the body feels like you're letting down your guard. So it doesn't feel comfortable just to relax and close your eyes. So these are just a few reasons why you might find it hard to really let go, to really relax. So what we need to do is speak to the body to allow it to feel safe through techniques, through practices. And when that happens, then we can start easing the anxiety that's within our body. So we're not forcing calm, we're not pushing for anything, we're just inviting safety in. And this changes everything. So maybe you want to take a step forwards in life, go for something, but it just feels a little bit outside of your comfort zone. And right now your body is going rah, rah, protection, survival mode, safety mode. And so it's pulling up all of those old habits and reactions that you have within those situations, rather than learning how to calm the nervous system first, how to rewire those thoughts that are being triggered so that you can take those next steps forward. It's all about organizing your inner world. So anxiety isn't in your head. There's a lot of energy up in your head, but it isn't in your head. It's actually in your nervous system. And when the system is switched on, so neuroscience has shown that anxiety heightens the amygdala within the brain. So this is your brain's threat activity center. It is alerted to fear, to a threatening situation. And this means that the body then gets flooded with hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, which is what makes you feel shaky. It suddenly gets the heart pumping, it makes you sweat, it makes you breathe a little bit shorter and faster. You are ready to take action. You are ready to run away from the bear that is chasing you. So this is why mindfulness and this somatic approach to your health is really powerful, because you are looking at the breath. We are working with sensations in the body, with awareness, with grounding ourselves, and this is why it's so powerful. Calm isn't a mindset, it's a physiological state that you can achieve. Now, when the body is not, when the sympathetic nervous system is constantly on in fight and flight, this is where we start to get ill. We start to develop chronic forms of illness like depression or inflammation, which then trigger physical illnesses within the body. So it has a massive impact on the body. Understanding how your nervous system works, which we'll do loads on in this course. And once you have that raised awareness, it really makes you want to practice these practices to help balance and regulate your body and your mind. So neuroplasticity shows us that we can change our brain, we can change the patterns and our responses to these what feels like threatening situations, to anxiety, to overwhelm, to depression. And I've seen it again and again and again with all the people that I've taught on this course, and we've practiced these practices together. It really is quite profound, and it's also very simple. It just takes a little bit of awareness. Now, science has also shown that we don't need long periods of time in like training this into our body. It's actually about the small moments of awareness that are just repeated every now and again through the day. It's like resetting the body and the mind just at small moments when you can throughout your day, during your everyday day-to-day activities. So this isn't a sit down and write or do loads of practices for an hour. This is about you going about your day, but observing and practicing, like sliding in these little moments of observation and mindfulness techniques throughout your day, which nobody would ever be aware that you're doing, but you will feel such a huge impact within yourself, your nervous system, and the way in which you're feeling. Yeah. So there is a little practice below that you can have a little go at today, just having a look at where your mindset is, just observing where we're thinking on a day-to-day basis. And I really encourage you to invest in the book called The Science of Yoga. This is one of our books from our yoga teacher training course, and this will really help you understand what's happening in your mind and your body, your nervous system, your brain, when we start to practice yoga, mindfulness, Raja yoga. You can really understand the science of what's happening here. It gives it more context, it gives it all more meaning, and you'll be more likely to continue this practice and really make those deep, deep changes that you want to feel within, so that you can start living life with a sense of more freedom and ease, and actually start creating stuff with your life that you want to do, rather than thinking about it and talking yourself out of it and then getting overwhelmed when we have to take the action. We're going to completely reverse all of that on this course together, starting from the inside out. And in honestly 3 months' time, your life will look so different. The chaos will lift. There'll be a sense of calm in your environment, in the way in which you think and feel, and that makes it much more easier to then start thinking more productively about, well, what do I want to do with myself? What do I want to change? How do I want to move forwards? That's when it gets really exciting. So have a little look, have a go at the practice below, buy that book, and let's start this journey together. Take care.